All right, purchase number 3 for the month, and this is first look and first walkthrough, but we really haven't been inside yet. We just put the house under contract just through pictures and everything because the seller contacted us directly and they were out of town and they wanted to just make sure that we were comfortable with the deal. So this is actual first look of the house, and we're gonna go inside and kind of see everything. First look of the brand new house that we just purchased, and this was a situation where unfortunately a family member passed, and the house that was inherited by the other family members, they needed a quick sale, and that was the type of value that our company provides. We give quick cash, a quick closing, and they can leave everything behind that they don't want. And in this instance, the sellers did not want to basically take anything, and they just needed to kind of move on with their life because this is such a hard situation.
It's really a win-win for both the family members and a flipping company because they're going to get rid of the house very quickly. It's a quick cash sale. They don't have to clean out any of the belongings, go through an estate sale, and it's a win for a flipping company like mine because we get a house that's undervalued that we can go in, clean up, renovate, and resell.
So now we're gonna take a look at everything and kind of develop the scope of work and see exactly what we need to do to the house to get the highest market value. Living space is really separated by this wall. So one of the things that we're gonna try to do is really knock this out and create a big wide open concept because on the other side of this wall is the kitchen, and it will connect the dining room and the kitchen areas in the living space right here, so that's all rolled into one. One other cool feature of the house is that it's got this spiral staircase that leads down to the basement, and we're going to keep this feature because I wanna turn it into a selling point of the house to kind of add to the retrofit of the property. And so moving in here to the dining room, you know, obviously this is a very dated house. Whoever lived here was very elderly, and Cheryl, tell I'll call him back. I'm in a meeting right now. Thank you.
This house was straight out of the 70s. I mean, there was old Coke products, cassette tapes, there was a suitcase phone. I mean, this house had not been touched, it looked like, since the early 1980s, 1970s, somewhere in that time period, which is great because there is a lot of hidden, uncovered value that we intend to find.
And then over here in the kitchen, what we're gonna try to do is pretty much knock down this wall, which leads into the living room. And then we're gonna see what we can do with this wall. I need to see if it's load bearing on whether or not we can actually do that safely for the new homeowner. It's gonna be a full gut, unfortunately. I wanted to keep a lot of the cabinets, but to get the most money for this house, it's just not gonna be possible. So we'll have a better idea of what we're working with the house once we get all of the junk cleared out tomorrow. Through the kitchen right here, got a little hall bath right here. We're not gonna be able to really save anything. I think one thing that we can save here just on first look is this vanity's in decent shape. What we can do is just sand it down, clean it up, and paint it. That way we can kind of save some money here. And then there's a linen closet right here behind the door. Oh look, we got a little laundry chute right here. You don't see that very much anymore.
With this house specifically in the laundry chute, it's a pain in the ass to go down that staircase or go outside through the garage and down to the basement to get to where the laundry hookups are. So for an added convenience, I think whoever built the house added the chute from the bathroom to just drop the laundry down, and then that way you didn't have to take it down the stairs.
Mom, I'm doing laundry. All right, down the hallway, we've got all the 3 bedrooms of the house. We've got number 1, number 2, and then the master is right here because it's got its own bathroom right here. And this was an office, and as you can tell, they left everything behind. So again, once we just kind of trash everything out, this is gonna be a really nice space.
If we leave it as an office, it's gonna be an office, and there's really no getting around it. Or if we just have it as a bedroom, then it appeals to more buyers because they have the ability to turn it into an office themselves, or they can leave it as a bedroom.
One of the great things too that we were told by the seller is that underneath all the carpet right here, we've got our hardwood floors, which we love. We're gonna rip up all this carpet, refinish these, and everything's gonna look brand new.
Hardwood floors add a ton of value to the house, and these older 1970s homes, they just always carpeted over everything. A house with hardwood floors underneath, I mean, it's just hidden value that we're able to uncover. It looks incredible. We restore them with a nice stain, and yeah, it adds resale value to the house once we put it on the market.
Another room right here that doesn't look like much because it's super cluttered right now, but once we clear everything out, it'll be a decent sized bedroom, and put some new paint, new flooring down, because this flooring isn't as high of a grade as we would like in our renovations. And I guess one thing that we can also do is just keep this ceiling fan, because it looks decent, it just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. All right, master bedroom right here. This is the biggest of all the 3 bedrooms in the house, plus it has the full bathroom in here. So we're gonna designate this and kind of spend more of the renovation costs on this bathroom, because again, homeowners spend the most times in the bathroom and kitchens.
Whoever's going to be staying in the master bath typically is going to be the homeowner themselves. They're going to be paying for the house. So they're going to want a nice finished product in their dedicated bathroom versus going down the hall and using the hall bathroom. And so what we have to do is really make it look nice, make it pop, and really dedicate a larger portion of the budget in the master bath than we would the hall bath.
Ooh, was somebody, oh, that's a COVID test. That's not a pregnancy test.
It's about making it marketable to the home buyers, not the people who live in the house.
Okay, so that is the entire first floor living area, and we're gonna open this up as much as possible to kind of create an open concept.
This house was ripe for an open concept because the living and the kitchen areas were separated by a wall. And so that's what I had to figure out with my contractor, is whether or not we could economically and safely create an open concept. We'll see what the contractor says. We'll get some estimates and we'll make a decision off that.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're gonna need a clean out crew. This has a ton of potential, and a beginning home flipper would see this and really be turned off by it, because there's just a ton of junk down here. And one of the things that really stands out the most to me is that it's got this really big bar area over here. Some people might decide to keep that and kind of add to the value of the house. I'm going to rip the entire thing out because I think it provides no value to the house. What I'm going to do instead is we're going to trash the entire bar. We're gonna finish out this entire basement, and that not only adds to the completed square footage of the house, but it also adds value to the house. But again, everything down here is super cluttered, and it just needs a really good clean out. Oh shit, oh fuck, hold on.
So I'm just walking through the basement and I just look down and there's an open flame. There's a fire on.
So I'm gonna turn the gas off and make sure that doesn't happen again.
Obviously it had a gas source to it, not very safe in my opinion, and one piece of something catches on fire, the whole house is going to go up in flames.
That was a live flame. I'm glad that didn't burn the house down. That would have not been great.
Based on everything that was down in the basement, there is a very high likelihood that that could have happened. We didn't turn it on, and nobody had lived there for a couple months.
So this just kind of speaks to the age of the house. This is a Frigidaire old kegerator refrigerator that looks 50, 60 years old. This kind of goes with the bar theme that was had down here. Might be worth something to somebody, but this is all gonna be trash.
It is kind of funny when I'm walking through these houses and I see the random pieces of knickknacks everywhere, like in this instance, the empty alcohol bottles, the Vegas memorabilia. I always create some sort of image in my head of what I think the person who lived there was like. What were they into? What type of personality did they have? What type of hobbies did they have? Grandma liked to live hard and fast.
Ninja star, fillet knife, gloves. This is like a murder kit.
Grandma, what were you into?
All right, out here on the back patio, this is where whoever lived here did all their smoking. This orange, kind of dark brown on the wall, that's tar.
This is what happens when you smoke over decades in a designated area. The walls are dripping with tar. You can literally just see it like seeping down, and that's why you don't smoke, kids.
Can you see just how grimy and how tarry that is right there? Coat of paint on here right now, this would not stick at all. So we're gonna have to add a special layer of cover up and really detox all of the smoke and the tar, and then we're able to put on a coat of paint.
So we do have to use a special type of sealant to kind of keep the smoke and the tar color on the walls, and it's called Kills. And so we have to do a couple layers of that just to get the walls primed, ready for paint. That just covers it up, both from an aesthetic standpoint and from a stench standpoint. Again, it's just very labor and time consuming because you have to do multiple coats of product on the walls.
A little more prep and labor out here, which is okay because we want this space to be kind of an amenity for the house. It's got a TV area, it's wired for television over there, it's got the outdoor lights, and then behind me right here, it's got another gas furnace that allows this area to be heated as well. So can't really tell with all the junk out here, but once we clean it up and we're able to kind of see what's underneath, this is actually gonna be a cool living space for the homeowner out here.
So this is one of the areas of the house that I was able to really kind of see past, and a first-time home flipper is going to see all the tar. They're going to get overwhelmed by the amount of work that it's going to take to remove that off the walls. They're going to see the sunken bricks and just say, hey, this project's not for me. But because I have the experience and I've done this many times, I know that it's not going to be as bad as one without the experience would seem. And we actually can clean it up very nicely, and it can be a nice outdoor space again if you just look past all of that.
All right, backyard, we don't have a ton to work with out here because this is the property line right here. But what we're gonna do is just clean up all the trash that you see kind of over here to the side, and there's a little bit more over here. Being a corner lot, it does have a little more surface area, but we're just gonna clean it up, make it look nice so that the homeowner can have a blank canvas and kind of do what they want out here.
Typically, I would care about the backyard and what it looks like. For this price point, this area, in this neighborhood, I don't care as much because I know the buyers are not going to care as much.
We're just gonna focus most of our work on the inside of the house and on the front. All right, garage is out here, so let's see what we're dealing. Oh, geez. All right, it's completely full of everything. So watch your step. Yeah, this is all, it's 2-car garage, which is great. It's gonna provide much more value in the neighborhood because a lot of the houses here have just 1 car, but you can't really tell with all of the trash in here. So once that's cleared out, you'll be able to really see it. And then one thing we're gonna have to deal with is that the garage floor was poured up to this point. And so the rest of it towards the rest of the foundation is just gravel. And so we're gonna have to bring a vendor in here and pour the rest of this so that it's a hard surface and we don't have gravel in the garage that can potentially lead to the basement. And another feature of the basement is that it's got a separate entrance that you can access from the garage and the outside down the hall right here, which was on the other side of the couch.
I think this project has a lot of potential. Once you clear out everything, you remove all the tar, all of the old belongings, we're able to create more value in the house from a functionality standpoint, like the home office or opening up the kitchen or finishing off the basement. It's really gonna be a nice product once we're done with it because of the space, the layout, and the certain features of the house that we're going to save.
So after the walkthrough, I'm estimating about $40,000 worth of renovation, and that's all in with labor and materials. And we bought this house for $120,000. And the ARV, the after repair value, is $225,000 for this neighborhood with a finished basement and 2-car garage and this ranch style layout. So after closing costs and commissions, and if we stick to that budget, and we're able to renovate it within 5 to 6 weeks, we stand to make a profit of over $50,000. And this is just one of 3 houses that we have just this month. Well, now that we're done with the walkthrough, that's enough video for today, but we actually have to get in the car and head to another closing, so stay tuned for the next video. All right, closing number 2 for the day, actually closing 1 of 2 for the day. Just sold a house that was on the market, went under contract, first day. Buyers completed all their inspections, so now we're going to close, get all the funds. I'll never forget the very first time, my very first flip, that went to the title company, and as soon as that wire hit my account, it was like a feeling that I've never felt before. And now we just do it over and over and over again. Hello. Sorry, we're a little late. Closing one of two down. You saw the settlement statement, you saw the profits, you know what is possible in this business. So if you want to learn more, if you want to get into this house flipping business, continue on to the next video and subscribe to the channel. But I gotta go. All right, first thing that jumps out to me here is the really cool stair, the spiral staircase that leads into the basement. We'll take a look at that here in a little bit, but that is one of... So kids, the moral of the story, this is why you do not smoke cigarettes or any type of tobacco, because this is what the inside of your lungs are gonna look like, but it's gonna be 10 times